Okay, I think we're about ready to get started. So today we're coming to you live from my backyard. It's too nice of a day outside to be inside, so we're going to give it a shot here in the backyard using the Osmo Pocket 3 to see how this works out. Hopefully the audio is good and everything works out fine. I also thought I'd take a moment to flex the mow lines in the backyard. I picked up a robot lawnmower this season and it's been doing a lot of great work. Like most folks on YouTube, I get questions from a lot of different people about military space age travel and travel in general. And I typically answer those questions in the comments on the platform. But some questions you get so frequently, it represents a good opportunity to make a video answering that specific recurring question. And this particular issue deals with two specific groups of veterans and their eligibility to fly and access military space available travel. So what is that question, you might ask? It is as follows. Is being a 100% permanent and totally rated disabled veteran and being a retired veteran drawing retired pay an enhancement of my ability to fly space A, or does it enhance my competitiveness in any way? And the answer to the question is no and no. Eligibility to fly military space A is established by DoD Instruction 4515.13. That's a publicly available document. You can Google it and look it up for yourself. And as we know, it establishes multiple categories for eligibility for space A travel. 100% permanent and total disabled veterans are one of those categories, and retired veterans drawing retired pay are another of those categories. And as we know, there are other categories beyond that, but we're going to just focus on those two for the purpose of this video. And we know there are other groups of retirees and other groups of eligible travelers, but we're not going to discuss all of them here today, just the two categories we mentioned before. Sometimes folks become confused because they may have 20 years of qualifying military service, have retired, and are drawing retired pay, but they can also be 100% permanent and totally disabled rated by the VA. And they frequently ask the question, how does one of these categories affect the other category? And for purposes of this video, I want to keep things simple. Bottom line, while you may qualify for either category, one category does not enhance the other. They stand alone in separate columns. However, if you're retired, you should always fly as a qualifying retiree. That's simply because retirees are eligible to fly anywhere that Space A is authorized. There are no geographic restrictions, at least in terms of anywhere Space A is authorized. Disabled veterans, on the other hand, are geographically limited to and from CONUS, the continental United States, Alaska, Hawaii, and all U.S. territories. So it's more advantageous for the qualifying veteran to fly as a retiree than it would be under their disabled status. Now, if you're retired and you go to the passenger terminal and you talk to terminal staff and you mention your disability rating to passenger terminal personnel, you could unnecessarily confuse the situation. You have to remember, a lot of the people behind that counter may have only been in the military for 12 to 24 months. You could be dealing with a junior enlisted service member who does not have a complete understanding of the regulation that applies. And so consequently, they could seek to limit you geographically under the Disabled Veterans Guidelines, even though you're a qualifying retiree with no geographic restrictions. That could happen as a result of the confusion at the passenger terminal. In fact, I recently heard that at Joint Base Elmendorf, that exact scenario played out until passenger terminal personnel got clarification on the question. A retiree was looking at being restricted from flying to a foreign destination. Bottom line, if you're retired, don't mention your disabled status if you're also a disabled veteran. There's no advantage to doing that. So I hope this information has been useful to you. If it has, please hit the like and subscribe, as well as the bell, so that you get notifications every time I put out a new video. And if you really like Space A topic discussions, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor, and that is to forward this video as a link to a veteran friend who you think might be interested in military space aid. I'm trying to grow this channel to 10,000 subscribers, and that would really help out a lot. So thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next video.